Hello.
Hey man.
I'm
Hey
looking
baby. What the fuck?
Have you been here very long? Oh my god, are you serious? Would it
Nobody?
I'm
Hold on.
in.
Here to they
There's
have
no
the chance to
blue
answer.
backpack, green M4.
Green info.
Not one of us?
No. Where is he? I don't see him. Okay.
I
He's
see
in the
him.
tree line. He's in the tree line.
He put his hands up.
He has a gun.
I shot him.
Grass. Thank you.
There.
Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and I hope you enjoyed those clips that I just showed you and the lesson that I have learned while playing DayZ. And I kind of want to explain what it is that I was doing, because in that first clip, if you're a veteran DayZ player, like I've played for probably a little over 30 hours now, and I didn't play the Armor 2, the Armor 2 mod, so I've only been playing the standalone. And so there are plenty of players out there with a lot of experience. And so you'll watch that first clip and you'll be like, that's such a noob move. Why did you do that? And I feel that I need to explain that because I was going after a certain character. I was playing a certain character. And that's what I find to be most enjoyable about DayZ so far, is that I can actually play a character. I can just be something different than, I don't know, I guess what I am. Although when I explain this to you, it really is sort of a big part of who I am and who I would like to be given that the circumstances. But so let me explain it to you before I get off too much of a tangent. So what I was doing is I picked a female character, and what I wanted to do was more or less sort of a social experiment. I wanted to see if me playing as a female character, and I was using a voice changer, so I did a female character with a voice changer that made me more or less sound like a female, or just sort of like a young kid, prepubescent kid. But over the game comms, it sounded really good, and you guys heard that if you watched the video where these guys are executed right in front of me, and I had a very genuine reaction to them getting killed. You could hear the voice changer. Anyways, so what I wanted to do is, like I said, a social experiment. I wanted to see if people would kill me as quickly as they would a guy character. So what I would go about doing is I would approach people, I would talk to people, I would try to engage in conversation without the whole stick your hands up, I'm gonna rob you and then I'm gonna kill you. I wanted to see if I could just deal with people on that level. Now, in this case, I had run into a lot of situations where, and I'll get back to the case of the first clip, I ran into a lot of situations where people were very willing to help me out. People would be like, oh, do you need food? Do you need water? And they'd give me food, they'd give me water, or they'd point me in the direction of where I needed to go. Partly because I was a noob, maybe because also my character's female, I was speaking in more or less of a female voice, and I was non-threatening, and I didn't have a posse around me most of the time. But more often than not, people would go out of their way to help me. Well, this case, this guy, well, there was a couple of cases where one guy was just out to kill me. I mean, he chased me. He literally chased me for a long time, and then he was eventually killed by Chalk after the guy had killed me with an axe. He hatcheted me up, and then Chalk killed him with a M4. But this guy punched me. I wasn't expecting him to just come up and clock me, and it happened so fast. Even when I watched the video, it didn't seem to happen that fast, but when I watched the video, it happened so fast that I just didn't have a chance to react. And so I learned a very valuable lesson, an invaluable lesson, as the title states, that I translated that into how I'm playing now, into the second clip that you saw where the guy had his hands up. He was down there, we were up on the field, going to proceed down to the airfield, and my reaction was like, you know what, I'm going to shoot first and ask questions later. And that's what I did, and we were able to get to the airfield safely. And I guess for me, my moral compass has shifted, and I want to do a very not a long conversation, but I want to have a conversation with a couple people about human nature and sort of games like this, and whether or not they bring out the worst in people, or the sort of the the darkness that's within us or something like that. So we'll explore that later. But I just want to talk about why in that first clip, why did I just stand there? And I was doing that because I was trying to, like I said, play a character. And so now as I'm playing as a male character now. I'm just pretty much playing as myself as I would be going through if I was experiencing this as I would be in real life. Probably more with a jaded attitude, because I am more like the helpful, I want to help people out, but I was overly helping people out as the female character. As myself, I would draw the line very, very close to the chest as how I would play it. I wouldn't go out of my way, or I wouldn't allow people to get as close to me as I did that person in the first clip. That was just something, like I said, I was playing the character and I was trying to experiment and experience these things, and it backfired on me. I had a decent amount of gear on me, and I learned that valuable lesson, just not to let anyone too close to you. And so if I go back to that character, if I go back to trying to play as that character, I don't know if I'm gonna let people get that close. It's like suddenly I got burned. I don't know if I'm gonna let that happen again. So anyways, what I want to do is eventually I'll get around to doing sort of a DayZ commentary. What is it am I enjoying about the game? What is it that I don't like about the game? And just sort of my experience in general, because this game is nothing like any other game that I've ever played, and it really is sucking me in. I can't believe how much the game is honestly sucking me in. It's impressive. I'm really impressed by it. Like I'm at work, and when I get closer to getting off work, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can get home, I can play for a couple hours with Chalk and some of the other guys on TeamSpeak, and getting home at 8 o'clock turns into like a 2 o'clock shutdown time, and it's like, where'd all that time go? It's insane. It is insane how much this game is sort of taking over my gaming life. So in the comment section, let me know what you guys think about DayZ. If you guys are playing it, let me know if really if you guys are playing characters or not. And like I said, I'm gonna get into a deeper conversation about DayZ and human nature. I also want to talk about, just like I said, my thoughts about DayZ and just in general idea and thoughts about the game and how my experience is. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.